Here are 5 undervalued sealed Pokemon card products. Now in today's market, it feels like everything is overvalued, but I can tell you right now, there are still undervalued products in this market. And let's just jump into number 1. I did a video on this about 3 weeks ago, and that's the Lost Origin booster box. Lost Origin is a fantastic Pokemon card set. And in fact, it's just nudged over $600 US a booster box. I said 3 weeks ago in my video when it was sitting around $550 that this will be the investment over the next 12 months. And I copped some, I won't say flack, but there was definitely some differing opinions there on what will be the best investment over the next 12 months. And look, lots of investments should perform well over the next 12 months. There's plenty of investments hanging in the reprint window like Destined Rivals that'll probably still perform well but could get reprinted. And look, there was lots of different opinions there, but I'll stand true to my word. I think Lost Origin will perform fantastically over the next 12 months. In the first 3 weeks since I've did the video, it's already up $50 US a booster box. So it's nudged over $600 US now. And like I said, it's a fantastic set. So what makes a really good Pokemon card set and what makes Lost Origin a really good investment? Well, essentially it is the set. The set is what makes the booster box important. The booster box is a deflationary asset. There's less and less on the market. More and more are getting open. Rip and shippers still want to open it. Sealed collectors are still buying them up. People are still opening them home. There's less and less sealed booster boxes going on the market as time goes by. So that's the first thing. First of all, that box will get rarer, just like any Pokemon card box, I know. So it will get rarer. Then secondary, it's the cards that come inside it. Not only do you have one of the greatest artists of the modern era, Shinji Kanda, producing one of the biggest hits we've seen from him in that Giratina. We have a secondary big chase card in the Aerodactyl. So we have 2 big chase cards. Of course, one absolute banger being Giratina and the second being Aerodactyl. Then coupled with that, we have a really, really nice trainer gallery full of Pikachus, original Gen 1 Pokemon like Snorlax, Charizard, Gengar. There's just, look, is this a perfect Pokemon card set? No. But if we look at other ancient-based Pokemon card sets and how they've performed over time, they've always done pretty damn well. If we go back to XY Ancient Origins, that booster box is fetching huge amounts of money now. And look, Lost Origin will do the same. At $600 US a booster box, like, these lists I'm giving you is almost like how are they going to perform over the next 5 years? Because if you're literally buying something to flip it, I think you're in sort of the hobby for the wrong reasons. Like Lost Origin at $600 US a booster box. Think in a 3-year time period or a 5-year time period. If you think with those sort of time frames in mind, like what's Lost Origin going to be in 5 years? It certainly won't be $600 US. There's every chance it could be a $1,500 or a $2,000 booster box in 5 years' time. There's every chance it could be more expensive than that. But there you go. There's my first choice there in Lost Origin. Second one is a very undervalued product in my opinion, and one that's finally getting its time in the sun, and that is of course the Charizard UPC. In case you don't know what comes inside this set, it was launched around the same time as Lost Origin, and it pays real homage to some of the best Pokemon card sets from the Sword and Shield era. We have packs of Evolving Skies in there, we have packs of Brilliant Stars in there, there's Lost Origin in there, there's Fusion Strike in there, and not only that, it has one of the coolest playmats ever made, so there's some collectability there. It is real premium, so when you think of ultra premium collection, just spell those words out, ultra premium. It needs to be both of those things. And a lot of the ultra premium collection boxes we've seen lately aren't all that ultra and aren't all that premium. They're getting poor promos, they're getting plastic dice. There's nothing premium about them. This is premium. These are nice metal dices, a solid playmat, one of the nicest we've ever seen. 3 of the greatest Charizard promos, which also pay homage to this alternate artwork that came out from the Sword and Shield era, coupled with the fact we get a selection of some of the best packs. This is a home run when it comes to sealed investments. Now, it's not cheap anymore. It would have been better to buy it at $100 US. Of course it would have been. It's now $346 US, but it's not going to get any cheaper. Look at what Celebration's Ultra Premium Collection's done in the last year or so. This set will age a little bit better over time and it'll start going up more and more. Now, before we jump into number 3, I just wanted to give a shout out to today's video sponsor, which is of course the Collector app. If you don't have the app, there'll be a link in the description to download it. It's a fantastic app. You can put your whole sealed and singles collection inside there. Signing up to be a pro member is super easy. It gives you access to awesome giveaways and more data inside the app. The other big one now is you can check on set analytics and see the total set value of any given Pokemon card set, which if you've been watching this channel for a while, you know how important that is to the future investing potential of a lot of sealed products inside a set. So there we have it, the collector app. Number 3 on my list is little 3-pack blisters. So if you don't have $346 spare or $600 spare to buy a Lost Origin booster box, and you just want to get into the hobby and feel like you're investing with a nice small collection, maybe you've got a little shelf somewhere in a spare bedroom, or heaven forbid, your own bedroom or the lounge room or whatever it might be, and you've cleared a little shelf or a couple of shelves and you go, you know what, that's just going to be my little Pokemon card collection. I'm going to put a couple of my favorite singles on there, and I'm going to put a couple of my favorite sealed products. And look, maybe money is a bit tight at the moment, and this is a good option. That's a Brilliant Stars 3-pack blister, and in my opinion, either will be fine, the Eevee or the Leafeon. No, wait, what's the other one? Not Eevee. Leafeon would be the better investment here. It's only $30. So you're looking at $10 a booster pack, plus you're getting the Leafeon promo, which is an evolution. And I think this will perform really, really well. If we rewind the clock back from Brilliant Stars about 2.5 years, or nearly 3 years in fact, but just over 2.5 years to when Unbroken Bonds came out, look, I'm not saying these are like for like sets. I actually think they'll perform quite similarly as booster boxes over time, and they're quite similar sets in some degrees, in some regards, but an Unbroken Bonds 3-pack blister with a Skeptile promo inside there is $122. So if that gives you any indication that you could possibly get 4x growth in this 3-pack blister for Brilliant Stars over the next 2.5 to 3 years, I don't know what will. That's going to be one hell of a performance. To get that sort of gain, so 4x on a $30 product to $120, to compare that to Lost Origin over the next 3 years, you know, that would have to go from $600 to $2,400 in the next 3 years. So sometimes those 3-pack blisters or those ancillary products, what happens is people will buy the booster box, and then when the booster boxes get too expensive, they'll turn their eyes to the Elite Trainer boxes. And then when the Elite Trainer boxes get too expensive, they go, well, hold on, these bigger sealed products have got too expensive now and they're out of my price range, but I want a slice of the pie. So what I'm going to do is buy a 3-pack blister. And we've seen it countless times. I've talked to so many people that have done that with Evolving Skies. They've gone, well, booster box is out of my price range now. Or they've done it with Team Up. Booster box is out of my price range now. Elite Trainer box is out of my price range now. But I really want a slice of the pie. I want at least, you know, a sleeve blister of it. Or a 3-pack blister would be even better. And that's where people's attention turns, and therefore we start seeing price increases on those ancillary products like 3-pack blisters. Plus it's a really good price point into the hobby. Number 4 on my list is anything 151. 151 goes out of rotation next April, so it's not too far away from going out of rotation. And if you've been to any local card stores or even, you know, your big box retailers like in Australia, EB Games or Kmart, it's always still dropping. It's always still trickling through 151 because it's just so damn popular. So if you can pick up anything, if it's a booster bundle at retail, if it's things like the Zapdos collection box, the Alakazam collection box, you know, in Australia here, Alakazam collection boxes, when they drop at local LGSs, where they still get trickled through to, they're like 40 Australian dollars, which is about high 20s, 28 US dollars, which means you're paying roughly $6.50 or $7 US for a booster pack. You know, think about that in the future. One day, I guarantee you, 151 single booster packs will be like 50 US dollars. So if you're essentially picking them up for $6 to $7 US dollars, that is so cheap from what they'll be in probably 3 to 5 years' time. In my opinion, they will be $50 booster packs by that time. My final one, which is a lot newer one, and that is Destined Rivals. Destined Rivals, and I'll show it up on the screen here, it is such a fantastic Pokemon card set. There's so many great hits inside there. Not only do we have the big chase card in the Mewtwo, but there's lots of ancillary chase cards in there, and there's so much depth to the chase cards, right down to some of those Misty artworks which come on the Lapras and the Psyduck, which are beautiful artworks. Things like the Blaziken, the Moltres, like there's so many hits inside this set. Even to give Nidoking a special illustration rare, like it's been so long since we've had a nice Nidoking card, isn't it? Like when's the last one we even had? Was it Crystal Nidoking? I don't know. It's been so long since we had a nice Nidoking card. So hats off to TPCI there for what they've done with Destined Rivals. They've created an awesome Pokemon card set for the final booster box set of the whole Scarlet and Violet era. That alone will hold a little bit of weight to it. It's a bit like Silver Tempest. Like, yes, it's got the nice Lugia, but it's like the final booster box of Sword and Shield. And it's actually, in my opinion, overperforming a little bit considering how look, I'm not calling it a weak set, but probably mid-set. Yeah, the Lugia is a fantastic looking Pokemon card, and it's got a trainer gallery inside there, albeit it's the weakest trainer gallery out of all 4 from the Sword and Shield era, but you get my point. It's performing well because it's the final booster box of the Sword and Shield era, plus, of course, the Lugia. And look, the same will ring true to Destined Rivals. It's the final booster box of the whole Scarlet and Violet era, but it's so much better than Silver Tempest. Like, they're not even in the same league there. If you can get it anywhere around $300 US, I think it's a good pickup. What's the worst that'll happen? Look, it's probably going to get waves of prints. There'll be more supply dripping through. There's probably going to be reprints for this booster box. What's it going to do to the market though? The market's so hot for it. Let's say, for argument's sake, there is a reprint that drops it to 260 or even 240. I mean, that's when people are going to go, wow, that's the cheapest we're probably ever going to see it. So they're going to buy it, and what's going to happen? It's going to go straight back up to $300 US. Like, it's not going to spend much time down at that price at all. So worst case scenario, if you do spend $300 US on it, your dollar cost average, if it comes down to 240, and watch it rebound straight back up to 300 relatively quickly. There we have it. There's 5 undervalued sealed Pokemon card products in my opinion. I'm Michael. This is PokeOz. Catch everyone next time.